Today, I want to talk a little bit about soul retrieval. I'm Elena Chapman, soul nurturer and a mystic. So, I have to do a soul retrieval for someone, and I thought to myself, my gosh, I bet a lot of people don't even understand that process. What is a soul retrieval? What is the soul? And does the soul leave us, and why? And wouldn't we die if the soul left us? These are questions I get. So let's talk about it, because the more we understand, the more we can help ourselves, right? So, yes, the soul is our main life force. It is the force of every life force of everything. It is what joins us with other life forces. It is the main life force. It is in us. It is around us. It is what connects us to divinity. It is what connects us to other parallel universes. That's another topic. It is everything. Okay. And we don't talk about the soul. I grew up in a religious institution, and they mentioned the soul, but they never described what it was. And it's very funny. I had to go into a lot of like the Taoists, the Buddhists, the Eastern belief systems, into the shaman world, into the pagan, to find out what the soul even is. The begins are the best with Marguerite Porete. That is a wonderful way to understand what the soul is. She has Mirror of the Simple Soul. That's a really good book that you can find on YouTube. But here's the thing. So we have this life force that's in us. And because it's everywhere also, sometimes parts of it can get lost. Yes, it can separate. There are parts of it that will go into different places. Now, here's the thing. The soul isn't stupid. It's had lifetimes and lifetimes. Energy never, ever, ever dies. So why do parts of it get lost? Because of us. Because of us. Because what happens is we do not provide an environment where that part of the soul feels valued or safe. And when we go through an extremely traumatic experience and we keep going through it, for instance, I went through an extremely hard divorce, an extremely hard divorce that lasted a long, long time. It was 5.5, 6 years of constant trauma. And that trauma, and also a marriage that was not conducive, was not honoring who I was, my voice, all the work I had done in my career. None of anything about the Elena persona was honored. So my soul, yes, parts of it said, no way, Jose, I don't want to live this life. You want to live this? You wanted that karmic thing? Fine, but I'm out of here. And it did. Parts of it left. How do you know? You feel different. You might not be dealing with things very well. You find that there's a part of you that doesn't click in. Confidence is not high. You might find that you panic more when problems come, where you never did before. You might find that you have anxiety where you never did before. You might find that you have a feeling of loss inside yourself. So all of these things are signs that that soul has fragmented. Can you get it back? Yes, you can. Now, I had a shaman teach me, well, actually do a whole ceremony on me to get parts of my soul home. And the soul will hide, sometimes in other universes, sometimes somewhere in, you don't really understand totally everything, but like in a psychic realm away from you, what we do is we call it home. But here's the thing, and this is what a lot of practitioners now that say they do soul retrieval, they don't tell you. We can call that soul home. But if you have not developed an environment inside yourself, your mind, your conscious mind, or where you're living, if you're still living through all that trauma, or you're a survivor and you keep bringing new trauma in with that label alone, then the soul is going to say, why am I coming back? Why do I want to be here? The thing is, the soul wants to feel useful just like anything. If you're not listening to it, it hides. It hides in you, it hides somewhere else, right? So here's the thing. When I work with someone with a soul retrieval, and shamans do this too, you have to change. You have to have a week or two where you are creating the environment in the mind and in the world that the soul is going to stay. That means you have to begin to honor yourself. You have to start listening to, what are you listening to that brings in low vibrations and critical mind all the time? What are you eating that brings you down in high sugars and everything else that gives you that complete high and then a real down low? You know, what are you feeding your spirit with? And that's a big one too. We don't even think about that, but it's true. You know, what are we doing to open ourselves up to feeling like we are this incredible spirit within a body? And what are we listening to? What are we reading? What are we doing? What are we moving our body? Where are we going to exercise? What is our focus on when we're exercising? It's all these little things that we have to kind of maneuver so that we are starting to create an environment that we are honoring ourselves. And in honoring ourselves, we start to listen. It is the first thing we do to start to hear our soul. If we don't honor ourselves, then we don't trust anything we hear, because the critical mind has been so prevalent, right? Well, when we have this soul in us and it wants to be heard and it's not being heard, it's going to leave again. If we create the space and we start to honor ourselves and we start to put together a world that will love, and the soul will be guiding you more, then it'll come home and stay. It is a beautiful ceremony. Okay. I always meet with the person beforehand, make sure that everything has been going really well. They're honoring themselves, they're doing that environment. And then I will have them come. Usually it's one of the most, it's just beautiful. Usually you light candles all around, and I love candles. I always add candles. Yes. And it's done by drum, because drum is, well, the whole drum is the beat of the whole heartbeat of the universe. Okay, that's what that beat is. It can put you into a trance. It's the heartbeat of the universe. It is when you beat it, it is a copy of, you are copying the heartbeat of the universe. And yes, the universe does have a heart. And then the circle is the cyclical. Everything is cyclical. Yes, we're born, we grow, we die, that kind of. And then, of course, the skin of the animal, of connection of all life. We are all one. So that alone is all about the soul. So you use a shamanic journey. The person who is getting the soul retrieval just relaxes. Now, a lot of times in a soul retrieval I teach them, because they can do a soul retrieval on their own once they know. And that's how I was taught, right? But I will help them go into that place to find the soul. And I will journey them to that place where they can call their soul. And then their soul will be hiding somewhere. And they will talk to it and get it to come home. It is a very incredible healing. When I was in that position of getting my soul back, I found my feminine voice. Sorry, this is my dog. The feminine voice, my feminine, divine feminine, was off on this beach under a beautiful seashell where the waves would just barely touch it. That's like, oh, that's my place. My soul. And without that wonderful feminine, I didn't have the connection I wanted to source. I was struggling. I was seeing the mundaneness of life. I wanted that soul back, but see, I hadn't honored it. So when we went there, I had to say, yes, I will always listen to you. Yes, I will connect to you. And it did come back. What did it do for me? Oh my gosh. All of a sudden, it was so much easier for me to feel divinity in my life. And then the more I started to actually use this side of my soul that had been gone, oh my Lord, all my psychic gifts came back, and twofold. A lot of us are walking around with an unfull soul, parts of our soul gone. And you know, it's a little bit of a journey, not a long one, but a very nice journey to have your soul complete within you, where it has both incredible sides plus all the other fragments and it's whole. That's you. That is you. That is your life. That is your spirit. You owe it to yourself to find out, do I need a soul retrieval? And to have that life change. It is so, yeah, it has changed my life. My soul retrieval for me changed my life totally, set me totally on this track of living by the soul. It started with that soul retrieval, really. Okay, my friends, I hope that you have found this a valuable video. And, you know, if you see someone who's suffering out there, you should share this out to them, because it's an answer that just might be what they need. If you really like this video, please subscribe. We're going to have so many cool videos that you can learn valuable information to help you grow and to be happy and have betterment in your life and evolve your soul. It's all about that soul wisdom. Namaste, my friends.